Go.
Mintek's core business is serving the South African mining industry with suitable solutions. And with us, we are specifically in the hydrometallurgy division. We are doing metals recovery, so metallurgy, within a water environment. And that is specifically what SAVMIN also is. It recovers, it does two things. It recovers value that might be dissolved within the acid mine drainage, plus then it makes the water usable and treatable. We treat it so that it's usable for recycle within the environment, and it can even be drinking water. So that's specifically why Mintek is focusing on that. SAVMIN was then developed as an alternative for other processes, because the technologies that are available for sulfate removal, there's not many. The main technology that's available for sulfate removal is reverse osmosis. I will discuss that in a little bit, but SAVMIN was specifically developed then for the recovery of sulfates from acid mine drainage, but not just acid mine drainage. Mine impacted water, any water that has sulfate concentrations higher than the environmental discharge limit or the drinking water standard. Now, SAVMIN is a chemical process, precipitation based. It does not operate at high temperature, it does not operate at high pressure. And we precipitate within the first stage the metals that might be dissolved within the acid mine drainage. We remove that from the process, and then in the second step, we precipitate a big molecule called ettringite, and that then binds the sulfates from the water, and it removes most of the sulfates from the water. The water coming from that stage is then treated with carbon dioxide to lower the pH slightly, because the pH coming from the second stage is too high for human consumption or for discharge. So we lower the pH slightly, and then it also binds some of the dissolved calcium within the water and removes that as calcium carbonate. So the water coming from the carbonation stage is drinking water. You can drink it unless there are certain constituents within the acid mine drainage that comes into the process that's not treatable with SAVMIN. Examples of that are monovalent cations, so you might need to treat that further after the SAVMIN process. But luckily here at Sibanye we haven't seen any of those monovalents at high concentrations, so the water that we do produce at SAVMIN within on this plant is drinkable water, as you have seen at the demonstration. And then SAVMIN also specifically is, we believe, a highly cost competitive process in comparison to, for example, reverse osmosis. Because reverse osmosis, even though it is industry accepted, it has been installed on numerous plants in the industry, it does operate at pressure, which means you do have electricity. Your electricity usage is quite significant within the process. It does operate at pressure, and then also one of the major disadvantages of reverse osmosis is you generate a brine which is a highly concentrated salt solution. You have sodium sulfate, salts that are not necessarily easily recoverable or treatable, so you would need to discharge that on a lined tailings facility, and those are also very expensive to construct, plus the real estate that you would need for those dams, it's massive. So you just need increasing land area in order to discharge those brines. From there you would need to evaporate the water. You cannot really recover the water easily. Plus you might need to crystallize the salts. Then you sit with these salt blocks, highly concentrated. You can't really have a use for them. So that is one of the major disadvantages of RO, whereas SAVMIN does not have any of that. We do not produce a brine waste. The waste that we do, that we generate, can either be safely disposed in the environment, or some of the waste streams can even be sold if you do have an off-taker for highly pure gypsum. So that is what we believe some of the key areas for SAVMIN that makes it a very viable process within the industry, and we really do hope that shortly we can have an industry application to showcase what SAVMIN can actually do on large industrial scale.